All right, I know it's the time of year where everybody is goal setting, and I'm a huge goal setter. I geek out about all of this, about planners, and so I just wanted to share a little bit of information. I've tried a lot of the planners out there, a lot of the ones that are popular, and I just wanted to share like some good things that I thought about them, some things that I didn't love, tell you a little bit about some of my favorite ones, and then you can make a decision on your own. They're all great. I think we just all need something different from our planner, so it just depends on what works for you. So I wanted to share what I liked, what I didn't like, and hopefully this will help somebody. So I'm going to start with the Emily Lay planner, the Simplified Planner. They're so cute. They're beautiful. I used this for a season, and I liked it. There were some things I really liked at the beginning. There's like a list piece that talks about memories you want to make this year, so it's some goal setting, go-to dinner ideas, which is nice, and then she has the monthly calendar at the beginning so you can fill it in, and then on the daily there's the appointment side. What I really love is that each day there was a list, so you could write down all your to-dos. There was a small section for notes, and then there was a small section for dinner. So I like that it tried to help you meal plan a little bit. The notes section was nice. It was really little. And then I liked the to-do lists. I think for me, the biggest thing is at this phase in my life as a stay-at-home mom, photographer, and then, my supplements, I don't need this daily appointment because I'm not meeting with people hourly every day, and so for me it was a lot of wasted space. But otherwise, if you're doing appointments all the time, it could be a really great thing for you. The only other thing I don't love, which a lot of the planners I have sitting here actually are like this, like the super, it's just, I feel like it's really bulky, so to put this in my purse, I don't know, and I feel like this size and when it's so thick, I just have a hard time writing in it, if that sounds really strange, just a personal preference. But yeah, so that's the Simplified Planner in a nutshell and my kind of take on it. The next one I'll show you, which I really didn't get to use, but I'd say I probably feel the same way about the Emily Lay one, is the Day Designer. I actually got this at a conference, and I already had my planner set up, so I gave it a little bit of a whirl, but I had a planner I was using, and so I kind of just stuck with that. I feel like this one was nice. She has like a today's top 3, so you can do like your top 3 goals, which are great because, I don't always get to my list. Sometimes I make these lists that are so huge that I never get to it all, so I felt like that was really awesome because you can just prioritize, like, okay, what are the top 3 things that I need to do? She had the schedule thing, so there's an hourly appointment thing, but it doesn't take as much space. So that was a lot of the space on the page, and I don't really need that for this time in my life. She has a really small section for dinner, don't forget, things that are due, and then a list of to-dos. I do like on the bottom, there's this little daily gratitude spot. So this is don't forget, dinner, dollars, and due, and then these are the top 3. This is the hourly meeting thing, and then these are your to-dos. So yeah, it wasn't my favorite. I have the same feelings about it where it's hard for me to write on a book that's just so thick. I don't know why that is. Just a silly personal thing of mine. But anyways, yeah, if you aren't doing something like hourly, it might not be the best use of space. I found some that I really love better, and so I'm going to share a little bit about those. There's a company called Plum Pretty Paper. They're on Etsy. They might have a website too, but I've always ordered on Etsy, and I've used them for a couple years. They have all these designs for the cover, so you get to customize it, which I really loved. And the cool thing about these is that there are, I think, 4, I haven't ordered one in a couple years, but there's 4 options on your page layout. So if you need the hourly, you can choose the hourly. If you need, like what I really loved, the page format that I chose is this right here. So for me, because I'm not doing daily appointments, I just need a small space every day. So I can write down things that I need to do or an appointment that I have, but I don't need a breakdown of the hourly. So I just need a little spot to say like, oh, these are things I need to tackle today. And then over here, there's a section, sorry, the lighting. There's a section here for notes. And then here was kind of just what, it doesn't say specifically what it's for, but I use it as to-do. So here was my list of things that I needed to do, and you have 2 pieces for that. So I would kind of break it down into sections of my business that I needed to focus on, or family could be a section, however you wanted to break that down. And then one of the things that I love about this planner is that, so she used to do it differently, but basically you can customize it. So there's all of these options that you can add into your planner. And so I added in a section for, it's hard to see, for blogging. So if you're blogging for your business, if you're an influencer, whatever your blog is about, there's pages for you for blogging. And now she can put them in the month. They used to all go at the end in tabs, but now they go in each section so that you have like blog planning for January, blog planning for February, for March, and so on. So basically on one of those pages, it's websites and inspiration, blog to do, so you can list out the different blog pieces that you need to do. There's a place to just like throw out ideas, just brain dump ideas for your blog. And then at the bottom, there's a final post schedule, so you can like hash it all out on paper. So that was really awesome. She has another section that I used, and it's called, what's it called? It's called My Home. And so there's a quote keeper in here. What else? There's milestones, unforgettable moments. I feel like I didn't use that one to its capacity. There's a section for, if you're a paper person, for bills. There's a section for bills. There's a monthly cleaning list, or you can hire somebody. There's a to-do list part, a shopping list part, passwords. You can keep your passwords in there. Monthly goals, monthly expenses. Important contacts. So I think it's a really great add-on to a planner. She also has a section that's called to-dos, so you can add on extra pages for to-dos if you have all these lists. And again, they go in the month now, not at the end. This was the first one I ordered from her, so the other one, it was with each month, which I actually really preferred. And then I also added in a section for checklist. So if you're kind of like a spreadsheet person, that might be really helpful. But these are awesome. She has so many other options that you can add in. I feel like this is great because you can make it whatever you need it to be for your life and whatever stage you're in. So I feel like that is super, super powerful. I'm going to say this is probably my favorite like planner for that reason. Last year I got this one. It's called Prayers and Plans. And if I'm honest, it really sold me because it's pretty, it's tropical, and I liked it. It was kind of back to the structure where like, this is my week, I don't need an hourly, so each day I could jot stuff down. Here are my to-do lists. The top is your week's goals. There's a Bible verse at the top, I enjoy that. And then at the bottom, there's like a little thing that says grace is, so I think it's good to keep you in perspective. There's, like a checkout daily. So like checking out, like if you're a faith person, that have a workout and that you're in the Word. So you just check that off each day. I like that, she has pieces in there. It's like I'm praying for, I'm grateful for today's scripture, my workout plan. She has a meal section, and then she has like top 3 goals for your day. And then the sections are just morning, afternoon, evening. So I like that structure of it. I think, again, what I didn't love was that this one is so thick, and then it's kind of small. So I just really had a hard time writing in it, and it just felt a little bulky for my purse. And so yeah, I liked it, but I don't know that it was my favorite. And by the end of the year, I actually started taking everything onto Google Calendar, which I never thought I would say that I would be a paperless planner, but I think that's where I'm at in my life. But with that being said, there are 2 things that are amazing tools that I have used faithfully for years. Well, actually, one is new. Let me take that back. This one I've used for years. And so I think between these tools, which I'm going to tell you about now, for goal setting, and then my online calendar, which is on my phone, I can have alerts for things that I need them for. And I'm checking that. I'm online. That's, I think, where things are going. I never thought I'd be that person, but I think I am. But anyway, so the power sheets. If you know Laura Casey, Cultivate What Matters, Make It Happen. These are so powerful and so amazing to really dig in and do goal setting. It's short-term goals, it's long-term goals, it's revisiting to see like, okay, what do I need to tweak about this goal? What's not working? What worked well this past year? What didn't work? What do I want to change? What matters in my life? And what do I want to lean into and dig into? Who do I want to be? Where do I want to go? What do I want for my family? What do I want for my business? I'm going to cry. It's all the deep stuff that truly matters, and it helps you cultivate that. It helps you draw it out and then set goals to get you in those places. And so it's just so awesome. But yeah, it's amazing. And so you set a vision board. You do a lot of just, sitting down and like dumping it all out. Like what worked, what didn't work, what do I want out of this life? Like I don't want to have regrets. And so I feel like this has been such an amazing tool over the years. If you've never heard of it before, you have to go check it out. Go to Cultivate What Matters. Find them on Instagram. Go to the website. It is amazing. Just so amazing, helping you find your purpose and living for that. But yeah, there's so much in this book. I can't even do it justice right now, actually, but it will give you goal action ideas. So you'll set short-term, long-term, and then you go like have a daily tending list to help you like get to those places, and then you just revisit, and there's a lot of grace in it. So it takes time. It takes time to go after the big stuff. It takes time to get there. It takes time to do the things that matter. And so it's an awesome planning book. So here it is, right here. I think this one says Make It Happen. Now it's Cultivate What Matters. This is an older one. So, but I'm real excited to share this new one with you. And so between my power sheets and then this new planner, which is very different from all the other planners that I just shared, I'm super excited for meeting my goals this year. So this is the High Performance Planner by Burchard. I think I'm saying his name right. And this is actually just 2 months worth. So just right here, I love this book. I love that it's thin. I carry a tote, so for me, this isn't too big to put in my purse. I think, if you carry a little purse, it might be a little bit overwhelming, but it's perfect for me and for my lifestyle. It's thin, and I like that because if it was for the whole year, it would be insanely, monstrous. But yeah, so I love this because it's all about being intentional. I'm listening to his book right now, which I've heard is amazing, and so far I'm blown away. And so this one, I'm going to say this right now. It is, if you're ready to dig in, you got to dig in. This is the deep stuff. This is the self-evaluation. This is I'm going to ask myself tough questions, and I'm going to really be honest in answering how I did. And so at the beginning, there's this whole life assessment, and then there's a high performance assessment. And dude, I bombed. I totally bombed it. I was like, wow, I really have a lot of things I can improve on. But I'm competing against myself, so I can only get better, right? And so basically this is what it looks like daily. And so at the beginning of the day, and I think it's just very intentional work. This is very intentional work. But I'm a week in, and I've loved doing it. I've been really consistent, and it might look like it takes a lot of time, but actually it takes 10 minutes. It really hasn't taken that much time. So every morning you go through and you get your mindset straight, which is a huge thing that I've been working on these past couple months is mindset. Mindset is huge. It is so huge. So many fears have held me back. I'm really leaning into those to just move forward and not be afraid, because you live once. I have a story to tell, and it might not be relevant to everybody, and that's okay. But anyways, so every morning you go through your mindset. You set a message to yourself. So the other day, mine was grace over perfection. And then the morning mindset, it's basically just questions that are goal setting for you, for your day, for who you want to be, for what you want to accomplish, for things that really matter actually in life. And so it's a very, it's business minded, but it's very whole person. And so it's been so powerful. And so then you set your top 3 goals or priorities. Then you have a small section for tasks that absolutely have to be done. Because when you think about it, you go through your day, how many things have to be done? We have these to-do lists, and they're crazy, and they're totally unattainable. but how many of those things have to be done? So it really helps you prioritize. And I like that the section is small because I'm the person whose list is like, and it just keeps going and going and going. And then I fail because I can't get all that done. It's totally not realistic for my life. And then there's a section for a person or people that I need to lead or connect with today and how I can do that well. And so that's been great for just relationships in my life, the people that I care about, the people that I need to like love well, pour into, be intentional with, that sometimes I'm too busy to do, which is ridiculous because I'm not too busy to do that. That's what matters. And so at the end of the day, you kind of go through and you just say things you appreciated today, something that you handled well. There's a whole list. I'm not going to read them to you. It's 6 questions. They're really powerful, actually. And then at the bottom, you have a daily habits scorecard. And so that's been really awesome too. Like, I am blown away by this, actually. And so what I have found in the past week of using this planner is that I'm setting these morning mindsets every morning, and I'm really like finding myself stopping during the day and like thinking about those things that I wrote down so that I react differently. It's been so powerful because I'm intentionally trying to do and be certain things, and by writing it down and scoring myself on it, it's actually stopping me in my tracks. It's changing my actual mindset. It's making me stop and think, which has been so awesome. So the one thing about this planner for me that is not so much my life right now at all, actually, is that this is your appointment section. So it's like 6 a.m. it starts, and then it ends at 7:30 p.m. And so, like, clearly, I don't have all these, like, business meetings all day long. But what I started doing, because this has been really powerful, and I told you I've been working on my mindset, I actually started using that space for declarations, which have been really powerful. And I know it sounds random. Maybe I'll do another video on that soon. But it's really been powerful for me in my life and my business. It's writing down these declarations. And so I started using that space for that, and it doesn't feel wasted to me. I was doing it in my journal, and so I feel like this is a nice place to do it because it's going along with the goals that I'm working towards. So this is the High Performance Planner by Burchard. You can find it on Amazon. They sell them single. There's different colors. You can get a 6-pack. You can get the whole year. But I would highly recommend this. I know this is totally going to change my life. So I hope that this has been helpful. And happy goal setting and planning for 2019. I hope it's an amazing year for you.